Well, a good morning to you. Welcome to Sunday Best on KTN Home and BTV. It's really nice to have you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity, a privilege to walk into your living room, your bedroom, wherever you are, so that we can get to fellowship together. Every Sunday morning, we bring you topical issues. We get to engage on matters, governance, politics, business. We talk about marriage. We talk about all things that this life pertains. And so today we are talking about marriage, and more specifically, we're talking about purpose in marriage. So if you're married, this is a place to be. If you're not married, the more reason why you need to be here. Of course, if you have a desire to get married one of these days. Karibu sana, naitwa Anthony Ndiema. We are at the 4 Points by Sheraton in Hurlingham. Great facility. You need to check it out. You will definitely love it. So today we have two gentlemen and a lady joining us to talk about this very passionate topic that I'm also, I love. So we have Pastor Anthony Kasili,
Yes.
of course, from Life Church International, Twala. Twala is in Rongata.
Ongata
Rongai.
Diaspora.
Yes.
They say that.
Siku hizi hata si diaspora. Diaspora ni mauko Konza.
Pastor.
Ukienda. Karibu sana basi.
Asante,
It's
nashukuru.
really good to see you.
Good to see you again.
And to engage.
Kabisa.
Talk on a different platform.
On a different platform from where we normally meet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've aroused interest. Where do we usually meet?
I think
It's a good place. Let's just
yeah,
say
it's a good place where God is.
Yes. Karibu Pastor.
Asante sana.
All right. And of
Yeah.
course we have, let's call her Pastor.
Yes.
Pastor Teresa Tony.
Yes.
Also from Life Church International, Twala.
Yes.
Of course, the wife to Pastor Anthony Kasili.
Yeah.
Karibu sana,
Thank you so much.
Teresa. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
The last time we had an engagement, you were a gospel singer.
Yeah, I'm
You still
am.
are.
Yes.
But it's good to have you. Thank you for joining us
Thank you for
in this
opportunity.
conversation. Karibu sana. And of course, we have Willie Nyash. Kinyash, sorry.
Yes.
Willie Kinyash, who is a relationship mentor,
Yes.
but also a counselor.
Yes.
Good to have you, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's a pleasure being here
Karibu sana.
to talk about something that is so special in my heart.
Aha.
That is marriage.
Marriage.
Yes.
Let's start right there. How long have you been married? Tell us more about your marriage.
Getting to a decade now.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
We will be celebrating our 10th year
Mhm.
in the year 2022.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And married to one beautiful girl. Her name
Yes.
is Jane Nyabura.
Eh.
And together we are blessed with two beautiful girls,
Wow.
Wendell and Wendy.
Ah.
And it's amazing. Marriage is a good thing.
Mm.
I can stand here and confess.
Yes.
and
Confidently.
say, yes, that marriage is a good thing.
Yes.
And marriage works.
It works.
I know there are people out there
Mm.
talking about the issues of marriages. Sijui marriages has come.
Mm.
Sijui marriages nowadays are not working.
Yeah.
I have come here
Mm.
to say that marriages work.
And it's because yours has worked.
It
You've
has
seen
worked.
it work.
And the reason why it will work, as I know today we are discussing about purpose of marriage.
Yes.
You must understand the purpose of marriage.
Wow.
Some of those people, their marriages are not working. It's because they entered with the wrong reasons.
Mm.
So they didn't understand the purpose of marriage. So if you went there because of figure, alafu anapata mtoi, figure
Ina
inakuwa
change.
inaenda
Ni
hivi.
change.
I'm telling you, utalia, utasema ai manzee.
Lakini
hapa
kuna wengine
niliingizwa."
haichange. Kuna wengine haichange. Anyway.
Kuna wengine hawachange.
That's another
But you see,
discussion. Yes.
the main thing here is understanding the purpose of
That's
marriage.
right. That's right.
And I think as we continue, we need to come to a point, and now I think we have talked a lot about the purpose of marriage, and that is to answer the question, what is marriage, but we need to come to a point and now get deeper and ask ourselves why marriage.
That's right.
Yes.
Umeanza juu kama muziki ya Kikamba. Inaanzanga na climax.
Na ndio nimekuja na yellow.
Na umekuja na yellow. Great. Passy.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin here. Thank you, Willie. I like the passion already.
Yeah.
Pastor Anthony.
Yes, sir.
What is this marriage?
Marriage is an institution,
Yes.
and that God created. And I will say we've been in marriage for now 15 years.
Wow.
And we're saying, I can attest what Willie is saying. It works if you work on marriage.
Punchline. It works
If you work on
if
it.
you work on it.
Yeah, so marriage is an institution that God has created. You know, God, when he looked at Adam and he saw he was alone, and you know, I'm a pastor, as you've said, so I ascribe to the scripture.
Definitely.
The Bible says when he saw that he's alone, he decided to bring a helper. So marriage is, I can put it, is one who has been given a mandate and another one to come and help that mandate to be fulfilled.
Wow.
So with that combination,
Yes,
that is
it works.
marriage. It
So
works.
that's very key because someone has a mandate.
Yes, sir.
And most of the time it's the man.
Yes, sir.
There's another person who comes as a helper
Yes, sir.
for that to fulfill that mandate.
Yes, sir.
Another question we'll be asking ourselves, this one who comes as a helper, what is their mandate? Is their mandate to help? Do they carry something else in that marriage setup? But I like that definition. I have so if I don't have a clear mandate, then it becomes very hard for her to plug in into something that is vague.
Yeah, I think I've said it at a place. I was talking to some people that a man should be a visioner. A man should lead a woman.
Yes.
A man should give direction. A man should show the way to go. And the woman is going to give you the energy to get
push
there.
that, to get there.
To get there. So as Adam came, and I ascribe to the Bible, he came and he was given the mandate. Understand that when Adam was conversing with God, the lady was not there. But God saw it was so fit that he had to bring a woman for this mandate, for this purpose, for this vision to be fulfilled. So I would just want to tell everybody who's watching, all the viewers there, that a man with a woman has more speed.
Ish.
Okay? Yeah, because there are some things that you'll not fulfill alone, but you'll need her.
That's right.
Yeah, there are some things that you will not achieve. You can achieve, but probably at a slow pace, or probably you might fail to achieve.
Right.
And that's why Willie was saying it works.
It works.
And we have to define what is this marriage.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Before I come to Teresa, you know, I have wondered many, many, many years and many times. When someone marries like this and they are witnesses, do you know there's just a different view of this person? And that's what the Bible talks about favor, right?
Yes, when you obtain.
It is like this.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just get. and
People
you
see
get.
you differently.
Yes.
They honor you more. They respect you more. It is not kama ule boys. Yani ina change mara moja.
It changes. You know the fact is, you have gotten into the plan of God. Huh? You have brought the rib that was missing.
Right.
Now you become complete. So people respect a complete man.
All right. Hey, iko shida hapa. Nimeona shida tayari. We will talk about the person who has not married and
Yeah.
they don't intend.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about that person later on. Teresa,
Yes.
today's woman has actually said, and I've been in conversations where they say, Proverbs 31 is actually overrated. Ule mwanamke hayuko siku hizi. And when pastor says you come to plug in to an agenda or a mandate, nowadays it's lost a lot of salt.
Yeah.
That specific. Is it still, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. What the marriage of nowadays, what happens is the Proverbs 31 woman is still there,
All right.
but it all depends with why you are in the marriage, the purpose that being in that marriage. Because when everybody has their own careers, and you also have your own dream, but now you're coming to complete the man as God ordained him as the authority of the house.
Right.
So we are supposed, even as a lady, you run with your career and your race, but not to compliment yourself, but complimenting the man.
Right.
And so and then also your purpose must be clear. Why did you get married to that person? I think the why is now the thing that is making people to say that the woman of the Proverbs 31 is not there. Because why nowadays people are getting married for wrong reasons.
Right.
I want to get married to a person maybe who is on media because of I'll get also publicity.
Yes.
I'm getting married for money. But if you're getting married for love and companionship, as it is the purpose of God, then you will be that Proverbs 31 woman.
Right.
Because you're not coming to compete with the man, but you're coming to complete him.
Yes, to complete him.
Yes, to complete him.
Wow.
And also having the same, when you come, you're having the same goal, the same vision, but your careers may be different, but your vision and your goal is the same.
Wow.
So I can say the Proverbs 31 woman is still there,
Right.
but married with the right purpose.
I like that.
She's a
Yes.
Proverbs 31 woman for
She
me.
is. Come
So
on.
they are there.
Umendos.
Wako hapa.
All right, I love this.
Right.
Willie, and this is the big question. If we answer this, we can go home. The purpose, or what is the purpose of marriage? And the purpose in marriage. Two things.
Yes.
The purpose of marriage and the purpose in marriage.
I want to start by saying that marriage is not man's idea,
Aha.
but it is God's idea.
Right.
So it is not Adam who slept somewhere and thought, I think I need to get married now. It is God himself. And so every marriage under the sun, if the purpose is not in God, then there's a problem. Because God is the author of marriage. And so when you have, and that is to say, if God is the author of marriage, and we know our God is a relational God, he wants us to relate. And so the reason why he's coming up with this thing of marriage, it is so that we can continue making his vision growing. And the only way this vision could grow, it is through something called the family unit. And the family unit could not have begun, the family unit could not have started without marriage. And so this is the purpose of marriage.
Right.
That God is the one who have started this marriage. Then let us now look at the purpose in marriage.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. Every woman out there who is married today, before she got married, she had a vision.
Right.
And she had a purpose. And so marriage should not kill anyone's vision.
Wow.
Because at times, we tend to think that when I marry my wife Jane, now purpose yake imeisha,
imekufa.
nianze kufuata yangu. That is wrong. That was not the original purpose of God.
Right.
Because we are created differently. The way I think, the way I see things is not the same way my wife will see things. My wife will see in totally different things. And that's why we even have different personalities. We have different characters. Personally, I'm a sanguine. Her,
Yeah,
she's
clearly.
melancholy. And so the way I see things and
Very
her
different.
is totally
Yeah,
different.
right.
And so when we are talking about purpose in marriage, we also need to respect each other's opinion
Right.
and have respect for each other's, which word do I use now? I mean, the views of your
Right.
spouse, you need to respect their views.
Right.
Because in marriage, there is no headmaster. Hakuna principal.
There is a leader,
Yes.
but there is no headmaster.
Hakuna headmaster. Sisi wote tuko kwa shule.
Yes.
In fact, the only institution that
Yeah.
you're given certificate,
Yeah.
unaambiwa enda ukasome.
Ehe.
All the other institutions, tunaenda class, unafanya nasi chapa miaka 4. Ukimaliza, you're given the certificate. But this one, you are told, because it is not like the other institutions there, you have to be given the certificate first, and then you're told, go and study. Because I'm telling you, and I know there are people who have been married for long
Longer,
time,
yeah.
you know, for 50, 30 years. If you ask them, there's still something new they are learning.
True.
Every day.
Today.
Up
That's
to
true.
date.
That's right.
There's something they are learning. And so that is why you're given that certificate so that you can go and start learning.
That's right.
And you have the manual, the word of God.
Come on. That's the manual. Pastor Anthony.
I have, yeah, the one who carries the manual.
You know, he said individuals come into a partnership.
Yes.
Two individuals who are sober, they have a vision,
Yes,
they
sir.
have dreams. So what is your role as a man? And this happens very often, that the man will subdue the vision and the dream of the lady. Speak to the man today. What is your role as a man in making sure that her dream grows? The higher she gets, she actually benefits your marriage.
That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
So speak a bit into that.
Yeah, I'll briefly say this. As I mentioned earlier, a man is a visionary.
Aha.
So if any man directs the marriage will work. The Bible talks about the man being the head,
Yes.
right? And it talks about the head, the woman submit, that is in Galatians chapter 4, there 5, submit and all that. Now, when you look at what Paul is describing in the Bible, and I mentioned the Bible because I'm a pastor, he talks about marriage, he talks about man being the head. So when you look at the head, what do we get at the head? Is the eyes. So a man is a visionary.
Yes.
A man is supposed to lead. So any woman who follows a man who is moving will not have a problem. Problem comes when the man does not show direction
Okay.
and start competing, fighting, and becoming jealous, and is not in motion. So a man is supposed to lead, guide, show the way.
Right.
You know, what I normally do, even in the house, I show direction.
Right.
Sometimes the woman might not see what a man is
Yes,
seeing in the
yes.
future, but a man sees it. God has given the man that grace, that ability. So when a man moves and shows direction, shows the wife, not only the wife, the children. You know, as a man, you're supposed even to pray for your children, speak to your children.
Yeah.
You're going to become
Prophesy.
strong, prophesy.
Yes.
You know, because a man has been given that mandate.
Right.
So a man is supposed to lead, direct. And when you do that, a woman will follow. A woman will come into the marriage with their goals and their, you know, what they want to do and the
Visions,
dreams,
yeah.
you know. But it's supposed to come and complement what a man is doing. Because a woman was born or built up to come and support what a man is doing.
That's very interesting. What happens to a woman who comes and instead of complimenting, competes? Teresa,
Yes.
I know this is for you to answer. Let's hear it from a lady's point of view.
What happens when you start now competing with your husband? That marriage won't work. And that's now where disagreement starts, because the two of you are not headed in the same direction. Because now, even if you have a different vision that is not marrying with your husband's vision, but at some point they should agree and work together. So if you're coming to compete with your husband, or you're trying to compete, there are so many women that have bigger careers than their husbands.
True.
And even salaries. But now they come and work together. But some are not working together. And now when you fail to work together, that's when now the disagreements are there. And that marriage, most of them, you're not in a happy marriage. So most of those marriages end up breaking.
Right.
Because the two of you are not walking in the same direction. For a marriage to work, you have to like walk in the same direction, though you have your different vision and he has his own different. But we complement each other and we work together, but we are not supposed to compete.
Right.
Yes.
Wow, I like that. Don't compete.
Yes, don't compete.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And Willie,
Yeah.
I know you know of women who are doing very well
Yes.
in terms of either their professions, they are earning a lot of salaries,
Yes.
but with that, they still, they have their place
Yes.
and their security. Break it down and give us a difference between in your engagements, even as a counselor, that scenario and a scenario where a woman decides, you know what, because I have this and this and this, I'm taking charge.
Yes. Allow me to take you back to the purpose of marriage
Yeah.
as I answer this question.
Right.
And there's something I want to say here. We have the purpose of marriage, that is the God's idea. But again now, every marriage has got its purpose. I mean, God cannot bring two adults just to have children and
To
own some
procreate.
houses
Yes.
and some plots
Uh-huh.
and some cars. There is more than
To
that.
that. Yeah.
And when you understand the purpose of your marriage, that is the two of you, the husband and wife, some of these fights, who is earning more than the other, will not be there.
It becomes baseless.
Yes, because one, we know the reason why God brought us together. And I pray this
Yeah.
morning, as we are having this discussion, that every couple that is out there, that if you have not yet understood the purpose of your marriage, you pray that God will help you understand the purpose of your marriage.
Don't even go further.
Yes,
I want us to catch that thing.
yes.
How do you understand the purpose? How do you draw it? Do you paint it? How do you bring it home?
I'll tell you personally,
Yes.
because I know my wife is watching.
Yes.
But when we got married, by the way, this guy was my youth pastor then.
Oh, really?
So wakati nakuja kuoa ni yeye, nilienda kuona nikamwambia sasa.
Brought her.
Thank you,
Remember,
Pastor.
I was in the church, and he brought the lady and said, the lady was a very faithful usher in the church.
All right.
So I started to see him coming to church oftenly, and I was wondering, why is he
Jamaa,
coming? Alikuja kunyakua.
Ulikuja
And so when we got married, through the help of our mentor, and this is something we also need to discuss before
Yes.
we end up having a mentor,
Right.
someone who can walk with you. Mr. and Mrs. Fred Gishoru, they were our parents.
Right.
They asked us to pray that we may understand the purpose of our marriage. And so after we got married and continued with the journey, we realized that there are many young people who are looking to us as mentors. And as we prayed, God helped us to know and understand the purpose of our marriage. And the purpose of our marriage is to walk with young people.
Right.
That is why God brought us together. To walk with young people who want to enter into marriage.
Wow.
And we have been faithful in that. We have walked with hundreds of young people
Amazing.
who are planning to get married. You know,
So really what you're saying is that beyond every other thing
yes,
that you're doing,
yes,
your focus needs to be on that purpose. And that purpose then defines
yes.
the things that you need to do.
Can I shock you?
Tell me.
You see, when you understand the purpose of your marriage,
Yes.
even when because issues will be there
Yeah.
in marriage. I don't want to lie to you that January to December tuko happy na my wife. There are times we have issues.
Yes.
And I know all of you
Of
can
course.
confirm that. But I'm telling you the truth. When you understand the purpose of your marriage, when issues arise, you'll be able to solve that issue. Can I tell you something? There are times some young people have come to our house to visit us because they are planning to get married. And as that is they are coming, we are not talking to each other.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, as they come there, we sit down, we start having the conversation with them. By the time we are done with that conversation, tumesikizana na my wife.
Imebidi.
And now you see, the purpose of our marriage, that is working with young people,
yes.
Yeah,
it
it's
helps
solving.
us to solve
align.
this issue.
Wow.
And so when you understand the purpose of your marriage, the issues of finances, hazitawasumbua. Because this is our goal. So it is not about money. It is not about who is earning more,
Yeah.
but it is about where are we going.
Right.
And so we need to understand the purpose of your marriage.
That's true. Just before we take this break, does that purpose shift or change depending on seasons?
Purpose should not shift. Seasons will come and go.
Aha. Hey, basi. Yani uko tu na wisdom ya pa.
Mimi ni pastor. Simesikia mimi nilikuwa youth pastor.
Yes.
So been there for quite a while. So purpose should not shift, but seasons will come and go.
Right.
And that's what the scripture says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, that there is time for everything. So there will be time where there will be joy, happiness, understanding, even calmness in the house.
Yes.
And there's a time when things are not going to be rosy.
Yes.
But that should not deviate, change the purpose.
Right.
Because purpose is the end goal of this journey.
Aha.
So nikitaka kwenda Mombasa, naweza amua nipigie bypass.
Yes.
Ama nitumie ile ya Kajiado Isinya.
Ehe.
Ama nitumie ingine.
Ya
But
huko
the end
Machakos.
goal is I get where?
To Mombasa.
So the
So
goal
that's
will not change.
constant.
That's constant.
Even for you, Willie,
Yes.
as you work with young people,
Yes.
even in your 60s, it is a desire
Yes.
that you will still do that.
Yes.
And the more experience you get, the more knowledge
Yes.
and wisdom you know how to.
You know, we had reached to a point with my wife and we said, I think now we are going to take some
Contraceptives.
Yes, we are not going to best
Oh.
more people. You get me, yeah?
Yeah.
But
I used the wrong
we
one,
realized this is in accordance to the purpose of our marriage.
Yeah.
So we cannot stop it. And so you'll find still many young people coming to us. You see? Because we have it as a purpose to work with these people. And you see, it is not the same as when you tell them, when they come to see you and you tell them, maybe if you want us to work with you, just to you come have some counseling session, that's okay. But you see, this person, when he's coming to you, there is something they have seen.
And
That's right.
I will just say briefly, people see what you carry, and your purpose attract people to you.
Wow. Your purpose attracts people to you. We'll be coming back with a lady. You know, you two men can over. We'll be coming back with trees, and
That's
we
okay.
want to delve more. And we also want to understand from the woman's perspective. But the big question up to this point, do you know the purpose of your marriage? It's a very interesting question. If you're able to answer that, then you're on a good trajectory, right? So we are taking a short break. We'll be coming back in just a bit. Don't go too far. We are at the 4 Points by Sheraton in Hurlingham. Check it out. Usiende mbali. God bless you.